Hello everyone, it's Martha Kennedy here with Nexion Healthcare. I am a CCS and today I wanted to talk to you about abuse and neglect. Now before you change that dial, I know that you've all had some training on abuse and neglect, but it's always great for us to build upon that because it's such a broad subject. And today we're going to talk about some different scenarios, maybe some burnout, some reactions staff should have, and some things that can happen, when we are providing patient care. So first, let's just talk about abuse and neglect. We know that abuse can be physical, sexual, misappropriation of funds, involuntary seclusion, verbal, just to name a few. What do we do if we suspect abuse or neglect? Well, it's our responsibility to report it. The law says if you suspect abuse or neglect and you don't report it, then you're just as guilty in the eyes of the law as the person that committed it. Well, Martha, I don't know if it really was abuse. Maybe it could have been. Well, don't worry. Just report it, and your abuse coordinator will look into that. That's their job. They'll figure it out. If the person is okay, then they're okay. So let's let them look into it. When do we report abuse? Immediately. We don't wait till after a shift. We don't wait to find out if it was really true. We report it immediately. If you see something that you're not sure is abuse or neglect, what do? You're going to call the abuse coordinator, right? Because we just talked about that. If you're not sure, let them figure it out. They'll do that. They're trained on it and they can help you with it. If I report abuse to my direct supervisor, do I have to do anything else? Well, we want you to write a witness statement, make sure you've contacted the abuse coordinator, and of course ensure that that resident is safe from harm. Now, remember, our residents are usually have some sort of memory loss or dementia. Maybe they have pain if they're there for another reason. So we're seeing our patients when they are in their most vulnerable state. And they are expected to form a bond with you right away, a trusting bond where they say, okay, you can give me a bath. So you skip all the things that you normally would, just building friendships out in the outside world, and they're really taking a chance on you. So they really, really want to trust you. Some of the things that can happen with their disease processes, a resident may be upset and they may yell at you. They may curse at you. They may try to hit you. They don't know what's going on. They forgot. Who are you trying to come in my room and take my tray? That's my tray, or trying to undress me. Remember, it's always good to let everybody know what you're doing, the residents, as you're doing it. But if they do start to yell at you, it's not personal. So I don't get into a personal fight with them. I don't raise my voice to their voice because that's not going to work. That only brings things up further. So if someone's yelling at me, what do I need to do? I just need to walk out of the room, make sure they're safe. Don't be disrespectful. If I see a staff member yelling or cursing at a resident, what do? I need to report it. I need to make sure that the resident's safe from harm, right? Because I don't want to just walk off when they're screaming at him. If a resident curses at me or yells at me, I can say, well, I'm not going in there anymore. They're cursing and yelling at me. No, we need to look at that case by case. Make sure it's not something that they're singling you out for. And then we are always going to provide care. If you see a resident slap another resident, do we report it? Yeah. Because it's not up to us to make that decision. Oh, it was just a little tap. Let's let the administrator look into that and see what's going on. Some other things I've heard. There's a call light going off. Well, that's not my hall, Martha. all of our residents are a responsibility. Now, I don't expect you to go and make rounds on somebody else's hall, but I expect if there's a light, if there's an emergency light, that we're going down there to answer it. And there's a lot of reasons why. The resident may need help, or say another one of your peers has gotten herself into a situation or himself where the resident is in there grabbing them. You know, what we say is when somebody is starting to attack you, it's okay to pull the call light and ask for help if you can't get away from them. Remember, reporting, it's going to protect you, the resident, perhaps the other employee, as well as the facility. So it's very important that we do that. You know, sometimes in this job, I can tell you that it can really become where you might be getting what we call caregiver stress or burnout. And this can happen just from, you know, all the love you give. It can be from maybe you're working multiple jobs, family illnesses, tired, anxiety. So these are all signs we should look for. And if we see those, we should encourage our peers or maybe tell our supervisor, hey, I think it would be a good idea if, you know, we ask them if they needed to step away, take a break. You know, if you're feeling it, you can speak to your supervisor about it. Take a mental health day. Sit in a quiet area and get a bite to eat. You know, we don't do that enough. Um, Last scenario, let's say we're in the middle of ADL care and a resident grabs me and I can't get, you know, away from them. What do I want to do? I'm going to use my hand over hand technique and gently remove that resident's hand away safely. Ask for assistance. This is one time where you can yell, help, somebody, I need assistance. You can pull that call light. I want to use gentle redirection to try to get that resident not escalated, but bring it down. Because when I yell at a resident after they've yelled at me, it's not going to do anything. Remember, our residents have lots going on. Nothing is personal. We shouldn't react to it as if it was. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.